Hey, this is Alan Fenstermaker here with Top Rope TV. I'm here with the Fantasy Killer Colt Manson. How you doing today?
Could be a better day, but I'm here.
How was your match tonight?
It didn't really go exactly the way I wanted it to. We had some new guy coming around with an inspirational message, and of course he had to cheat his way to a win, so luckily I'll see him a few more times, so I'll make sure I get my receipts in on him, because that wasn't very inspiring to me or anybody else out there.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, man. It could be devastating to lose a match, but how long you been wrestling for?
Oh man, I'm going on 4.5 years now, I believe, yeah.
Okay. Now you got what are some of the highlights of your career as a wrestler?
Oh, just being able to do this. I mean, I do this because I wanted to extract and bring out some violence based off of the things I've been through growing up and how people have treated me, and I want to just turn that into something real violent in the ring for people to see the world isn't exactly what they think it is. So just being able to even do this at all is really great. I've had some opportunities to share the ring with some well-respected vets in the state, and just being able to, tell this crowd what the world is really like is truly one of the big highlights for me, to introduce them to what reality is.
Now, who are some of the respected vets that you were in the ring with down here in the state?
Oh, who have I worked with so far? I've been in the ring with Johnny Walker at UCW. I've been in the ring with Caden Green, Joshua Masters, Ryan's been around plenty of spaces. He's been in OVW. He's done some work in AEW as well. Got to share the ring with Clayton Cross, Jeff Yeager, the current tag team champions over at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, and they still owe us a title match, by the way. I haven't forgotten about that. Just to name a few, and I'm sure there's countless others that I'm forgetting. It's 4.5 years feels like a long time at this point.
Awesome, man. Now, who gave you the inspiration to become a pro wrestler? Anyone you watched on TV growing up, or?
Yeah, CM Punk's a guy that I've really looked up to a lot. He's a guy, when he came in, he really was speaking his mind, telling people how it really was, and that's what I do. I tell people how it is. I tell people what reality really is. So definitely watching him was inspiring as a kid to be like, yeah, he's not taking any nonsense from anybody. So I respected that big time, and I still do.
So you probably like CM Punk's return to the ring at Survivor Series.
Absolutely. No, a moment I never thought would happen because of how petty I know he can be, which I fully respect as someone who's very petty myself. Never thought I'd see it happen, so being able to watch as it happened was really, really cool.
Awesome, man. Now, what kind of training did you do to become a wrestler?
Yeah, so I started up in Long Island when I lived in New York. I trained at Creative Pro Wrestling under Pat Buck, Brian Myers. And then now, currently down here, I'm at the Dark Arts, which is ran by Malachi Black and Selena Vega. So it's really awesome to learn from such experienced and well-respected names in this business, and for them to, help bring out a side of me that really should be out there for the world to see.
Now, what brought you down to Florida? Go.
Brought me down to Florida. New York is where I lived. It's a place where I feel like people just go because they think they'll accomplish their dreams, and all the visions they have in their head will be fulfilled in New York. And I know New York's just a place full of lies. Not really the fondest of memories up there, so just looking for a new start, and I came down here to get that, and I think I've been really proud of what I've been able to do down here so far.
So what did you think about Florida when you first came down here to start wrestling?
It's hot down here. Even temperatures now in the middle of January, people think it's cold out. I still think it's warm for me, so definitely very hot. You got to have a certain lung capacity to be out here and do the things that we do, so hot for sure. That's probably the only thought I have. Oh, people can't drive down here either. It's pretty wild to me how people are incapable of driving, but they can't drive in New York either.
So, yeah, what's the biggest thing you know, the difference in wrestling in New York versus down here in Florida?
I think because Florida's been known for some time now as a big state for independent wrestling, as a big sort of birthing place for a lot of superstars that you see today. I think that's something that stands out and makes this part of the country and what independent wrestlers do here in Florida so different from the rest of the United States. It's been the home of FCW. It's the home of NXT now. You know, there's so many superstars that grew out of this state and made a name for themselves in this state first before they made it big time. So I think, you know, having the desire to carry on that legacy, and not just for me, but for the whole state of Florida to this business, I think is something that really stands out from here.
Now, with the intense heat in the summers here, and you wrestling in that, like how do you best handle that with the heat?
You stay hydrated. You stay hydrated. You find that willpower in you to keep going, because that's how you survive out here. That's how you survive extracting violence on people. You got to just have that willpower and stay hydrated. Of course, you can't do anything if you're not hydrated.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to plug or add or anything, or?
If you want to follow me at Colt.Manson_FK on Instagram. You'll catch me at some other promotions like UCW, Universal Championship Wrestling, Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. Soon to be hopefully making my way over to CCW. Just keep on the lookout for where I'll be next. Just looking to extract violence.
Thanks, man.